go. Hope it works. There we are. We are live. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Beer here. Actually, hold on one second, people. Gosh dang it, why do I have it on this? There we go. Beer here. 29-year veteran of the woods, where bears belong, people. That's right. Oh, we got a nice little sunset going on in the background. You know, Bear, little trepidatious today trying to do. Bear learned a new word today. Little trepidatious out there trying to figure out, okay, do I do it on a holiday weekend outside with all the boats, with all the noise and everything? So in advance, Bear apologizes for any crazy redneck music or hollering, or anything else like that. I think it's pretty well done here. About 8 o'clock or so. So we'll have a little bit of a sunset at 8:30. All is well out there. So there we go. Great to see Amy. Great to see Grant. He's not here yet. Well, somebody is posting in your place, sir. Somebody is posting in your place. Anyways, we've got some stuff out there. We've got over there off to Bears. Let's see, Bears. Left, his left. Some stuff from Siege, if you wanted to check that out. We actually had the box open the other week, so if you want to check that out, you can check out the Siege box open. Some great stuff there. Rose from one of the Street Fighter games out there. So looks great. Bear wants to keep that in the cave there. I love the colors. Excellent colors from Siege out there. And also, of course, people, we actually had the last time a little bit of a review of, can you believe it, people, Cash Grab. We actually got Cash Grab in, so there we go. A little bit of stuff that we've had here for the next, 2 weeks or so. So there we go, some good stuff. And a little bit of holiday cheer for you good people out there. Yes, indeed, for the Memorial Day weekend. Actually, I should have put that in the description. I don't have it. Gosh darn it. I don't have it right in front of me here, but if you want to listen in for some interesting Memorial Day weekend celebration stuff, Beer has a playlist. If you want to go check it out, it's called It Can't Happen Here. A little bit about World War II, some battles, Japanese Americans, yada, 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 some fun stuff there. So if you want to kind of celebrate, memorialize, let's say memorialize some of the fallen heroes out there, you can go check that out. It's called It Can't Happen Here. It's in one of the playlists there, so you can check it out. Look at thank you, Amy. She says Bear is looking super patriotic today. I gotta have a striking a little bit of a pose, a little bit of a statuesque pose here. I'm not gonna be moving very much. Gotta keep the figure here looking pretty good. Grant is fashionably late, as always. Well, much like Bear. Bears do not have any concept of time whatsoever. So it might be a minute or two late. Actually, we were trying to get the audio going in here, and it was like, the card isn't working. The card. Crying out loud, this stinking card. Anyways, thank you, Grant. Thank you. Bear does have a nice head. For crying out loud. Here they come. I hope. Hold on. Let me listen in here. You can't? No, you can't hear it. Good. Some redneck music. People either like or don't like. So there we go. Beer's probably heard Freebird like 3 times today. Yes, indeed. So there we go. There we go. Not even death stops them. Well, I don't know about that. Might slow them down though. Might actually slow them down there. So anyways, we're celebrating there. We've actually got the, here we go, got the interesting thumbnail there from when Hawaii became a 49th state. So anyways, if you want to go check it out, It Can't Happen Here. Bear took a lot of his thumbnails out there for some of his shows from the Hawaiian archive out there. So that's why you see some of the stuff on Bear's live show with all the Hawaiian stuff. It actually came from the It Can't Happen Here series. So there you go. There you are, good people. All right, while we're waiting on the rest to come in, let's go ahead and do a little bit of campaign updates here. Got some great news for you as well here, but let's go ahead and get into some campaign updates. That would be, I missed this the last time. Beer went ahead and started and got this like maybe like 10 minutes before he went online. Forgot to mention this. From Kevin Sharp, Dragonguard out there. Heard a little bit about it during the oh gosh, what do they even call it these days? It's not the Drawn and Quartered show, but the show there on Mike Miller's channel. Kevin Sharp was detailing some of the stuff that he went through, but if you weren't there, let's go ahead and jump right into it. He says, hey, Dragonguard fans. Well, that's Bear. First off, he's back. Yay! We're getting back to wrapping up work on the book. Why the delay in updates, he asked. If for some reason you're not getting updates, please check your spam or junk folders. Since March, he's been back and forth with several hospital stays because what the doctors thought was pneumonia. He says he feels better, go home, start feeling worse, and then go back to the hospital again. I hate that. My blood oxygen levels were low, and I couldn't walk 30 feet without feeling out of breath. He's got all these spaces here, so it kind of throws Bears off. Had a lot of x-rays, blood tests, etc. The book, because I'm doing production, was on hiatus. He says the docs have gotten the test back, and he's been treated with antibiotics and other medicines as well as oxygen at home for short-term use. He says he's home recovering and wanted to wait until he had a positive recovery to report. So there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. And he does. While he has his official checkups yet, he can walk in breath. Breathe up much better. I can walk in breath. I'm back to where I start focusing on this kick-ass fantasy book. Let's see, he goes into it with the progress here. Colors need some corrections and have 7 pages left to go to get to Alonso. Perks for the original art choices are going to be mailed to backers there. Some good stuff. He's also back on working on the script. He says dialogue for lettering. And he's back to inking the cover for the supplemental sketchbook. And we'll preview that here before the end of next month. I hope this update better explains to you guys everything. He appreciates everyone's patience. And he's rolling along. Once again, that's from Kev. So there you go. There you are. Good job, Kev. I believe, I think he kind of made mention that it had to do with the pigeons that he had. So there we go. Some interesting stuff there. Had to get rid of the pigeons, unfortunately, but glad to see that Kev is back to work and feeling better. Yes, indeed. Amy says, work show. Well, okay. We are back to work. We are back to work. Kevin and Bear both here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. What else did we have here? We had something else. Oh, we had something here from... Let me get to it. Do the thing with the thing. Oh, for crying out loud. Let's see. Where are we? Do the thing with the thing. There we go, because we got an update here from Uncle E. Uncle E. It's an update, people. This would be for the what's called the second chance Cyberfrog. So if you didn't happen to get it the first go around when it was open for, gosh, what, like 2.5 years or something like that. If you didn't happen to get it the first go around, he had a second chance campaign here. So this is what they're talking about here. Hello, second chance Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet backers. By the way, if you haven't purchased or went out and checked out Cyberfrog 2, please do so. Bear totally recommends Cyberfrog 2, even if you're not a huge fan of Uncle E. Excellent book out there. Deleted scenes and censored page coupon reproduction cards are in. So there you go. There is the deleted scenes from Wreck Planet and also the page coupon. Very cool. Free with every order of Wrecked Planet. By the way, let me just say, all the great stuff that you got from the original campaign, Bear wasn't even expecting a toy in there. You got a toy. I mean, you got a whole bunch of stickers, cards. I forget if there was a poster or not, but everything except for the kitchen sink. And I'm sure with weight issues and shipping issues, I'm sure Uncle E would have shipped the kitchen sink as well out there. He says, we're still fulfilling the first campaign, but wanted to show you off the freebies. Will be completed with both campaigns by the end of July. So there you go. Thanks, everyone. That would be from the Pie Man out here. That would be from Ethan Van Sciver. So there you go. Some good stuff. Good stuff there from Uncle E. If you happen to get the Second Chance campaign, I'm sure you're going to get some great stuff as well. Maybe not the great toys that they had out there, but hey, some other great stuff as well. The deleted scenes. Need to see some of those deleted scenes. Grant says, let's see, it's about time Dragonguards gets recognition. Well, it's always got recognition from Bear. They're great for making a bird. Oh, God. They're great for making birdhouses and waterproof containers, he says. Ba-dum-bump. For crying out loud. Potato, Amy says, the pigeon is still with, I'm assuming, Kevin. So there we go. He only ate 2 of the pigeons, but kept the other one there. Those are some fancy birdhouses, says Amy. There you go. Gourds are very good. Dragon gourds are even better yet. So there you go. For crying out loud. Bear can only learn 1 word of the day. That was trepidatious, people. Trepidatious. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Something else here. Don't we always have something else. That would be from the great. Let me bring him up here. If I can find it here. One of these days. Fresh on show. Yada yada yada. That would be from Aaron Lopresti, people. He's got the Keown T-shirts. Dale Keown is doing literally all of the covers in Comicsgate, and now he's moving on to T-shirts, people. Aaron says, "Hey everyone, hey Aaron, just a quick update. The second round of Werewolf Keown T-shirts, they've been printed and they're en route. I expect to have them and start shipping them out next week." Thank you all who purchased more than one of these. Also, I do have extras in variant sizes, so if you missed out, feel free to email or message him about availability. Especially the extra large shirts. Or the extra large shirts. Don't get them confused, people. Let's see. Also, he says, of note, I am currently working on page 10 of Nightclub Backstory. Only 5 more pages to go after that, and I'm on to finishing up Garbage Man. Garbage Man. Wraith of God Blood Hunters is moving along on schedule and will be finished before you know it. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for your continued support of this awesome project. And awesome shirt, by the way. There we go. That is almost a spot-on likeness of... Let's go back and forth here. What do you think? Kind of a spot-on... Let me find it here. Where are we? Kind of a spot-on likeness there? What do you think? I think it's pretty close. Pretty darn close, people. Pretty... Well, he doesn't have the fancy hat on, but other than that, a pretty good approximation of Bear there. Bear should sue. Bear should sue for his 10%. Using his likeness. They didn't even ask Bear for his permission. Although, I don't know exactly how you'd go about asking bears for their permission, but you better email him. Aaron wants his 10% out here. Or at least a free shirt. At least an extra large shirt out there. Yes, indeed. Anyways, there we go from Aaron. The great Aaron Lopresti out here, people. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Bear, people don't eat pigeons. Amy, Bear's only kidding, for crying out loud. I mean, how else do you get rid of pigeons? Do you just let them fly into the wind there? I don't know. I don't know. So many fantastic artists, present company included. Well, thank you. Thank you, Grant. People do eat pigeons, he says. I don't want to know those people, though. Wait, I might be getting my birds confused, says Grant. Well, it happens sometimes. Yeah, if he had a better hat, it would be spot on. That was the Dale Keown shirt there. Let's go back there one more time here. He does need a hat. He needs a hat there. Oh, there goes the sun. There goes the sun, people. Hopefully, I hope it comes back tomorrow. We'll see. Bear is trepidatious, people. Learn that word today. All right, where is my mouse here? I gotta find the thing with the thing. Because we've got one more thing here, and that would be... If Bear can find it here. That would be from Von Klaus. Von Klaus out here, he's got a new book called Psycho Killers out here. Greeting Trenchers. He says, still waiting to hear back on his final ship date for the printer. He had a little bit of an issue with the printer. I think they couldn't do some of the like foiling or something like that on there, maybe like the UV gloss or something. So he's trying to work that out with the printer. He says, I'm geared and ready to ship every book as quickly as possible as soon as it comes in. Until then, here's another book he has going on with the great Gifted Rebels. So there you go. Thanks for all your support and more updates to come as Terror finished printing. He says, Your Fiend. That'd be Your Fiend in comics. That'd be from the Vonster. So there we go. They actually had the they had the launch the other night. So there we go. Some good stuff. Good stuff from Vaughn. Always trying to promote him. He's got a good the Monster MD book was great. Looking forward to Terror in the Trenches here, and I think he wrote this book as well here. So there we go. There you go. Let's get psycho, people. Well, maybe not on this channel, but on other channels out there. On other channels, people. Yes, indeed. All right, let me grab a drink here. Well, no, I just grabbed a drink. Yes, that's what beer did. There we go. Totally missed it, people. You totally missed it. All right, well, we've actually got, from this crazy holiday season, we actually have some interesting news out here. Let's get right to that. Oh, let's see. Amy says, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Well, you're more hopeful than Bear is, Amy. You are more hopeful. All right, let me get out of this. Let me get to it. Get to it here, people. For you good people out here. The browser out there. There we are. There we go. There we go. From the good folks over here at Deadline. Let's see. Justin Knoll. Justin Knoll. I'm sorry, people. Terrible news. Or maybe great news. Well, depends on how you look at it. Marvel pushes pause on Thunderbolts production due to, those writers out there. How dare they strike? How dare they? This is an exclusive, people. Marvel Studios is delaying filming on another upcoming production, as Deadline has learned that the studio's Thunderbolts pick has pushed pause on the upcoming production. Let's see. That one was the one with this is the one with like Elaine from Seinfeld, right? Didn't they have Elaine and Florence? What's her name? Florence. Whatever her name is there. And yeah, it was supposed to be like the Suicide Squad, but for Marvel. It was like, okay. Can you at least make it rated R? You know, at least just kind of go that way? No, okay, all right, whatever. Anyways, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Which was set to start shooting in 3 weeks in Atlanta. Don't they know that there's a bunch of haters out there in Georgia? Didn't they? Wait a minute, hold on. Didn't Disney boycott Georgia for their like, what was it, the election law or something like that? I mean, Disney couldn't do well in Florida here, so they went up to Georgia, and then they decided to boycott Georgia for some reason. I did know a lot of people boycott. I guess Atlanta isn't considered part of Georgia. I'm sure a lot of people in Georgia would consider that as well. At least in Buckhead. The crew was notified today, and insiders say that the plan is to resume production once the strike is ended. Let's keep that strike going, people. Keep that strike going. By the way, totally unrelated. Well, sort of, kind of related here. Bear was kind of watching some of the Overlord DVDs. Got kind of some of the scoops on what Disney's doing and everything. He had a theory, kind of an interesting theory, where the studios actually wanted the writer strike. They basically put up a whole bunch of stuff that the Writers Guild couldn't meet. The demands weren't acceptable or anything like that. So the companies actually wanted the strike so they could actually go in and fire a whole bunch of people. The theory being maybe a whole bunch of woke, all the diversity hire woke folks. So they decided, okay, let's make sure, we can't have the bad news of firing, the blue-haired land whales out there. Oh, we can't have the bad publicity of just firing them outright. But, oh, gosh, there's a writer strike going on. Oh, well, we got to let all of these people go. Oh, gosh, darn, shucks. And maybe that's the way that they're going to try and trim a little bit of cost and get rid of some of the woke folks. Bear, I don't believe that. Probably more filtering down and more extreme woke is probably what we're going to get after the fact. But kind of interesting theory. Interesting theory there from old Doomcock out there. Let's see. The movie comes after Marvel had already pushed pause on pre-production for its Blade pick. They've pushed pause on that like a monkey on crack. It was Blade has been delayed for 10 different times. They've already went through, 2 directors. They went through 3 different scripts. I think it was 3 different scripts. They brought on somebody from what was the HBO show? The True Detective show that Mahershala Ali was part of. Brought one of the writers on from there. Redo it, and then the writer's strike happened. So I think he was there for a week and a half, and then the writer's strike happened. Pencils down. So they didn't even get to rewrite some of the stuff that they were going to rewrite. So poor Blade. I tell you what, they should just rehire Wesley Snipes. Just have him kind of as a mentor role, kind of. What was the Chris Christopherson character in the original Blade? What was his name? I forget. Anyways, have Wesley Snipes in that role, kind of tutoring the Mahershala Ali guy how to become Blade and all that sort of. That'd be kind of interesting. Bear has already written a better Blade that could come out in June or any time after that. The studio has also been forced to recently halt its TV production series of Wonder Man. There's a Wonder Man. Or is this not a Wonder Woman in drag, or trans or something, whatever the thing is there? Wonder Man? Is this real? Come on, people. This can't be real, can it? Wonder Man? No, come on. I don't know. Maybe. They're getting rid of they totally deleted the what was it? The Willow series out there. I mean, it was so bad that they just decided to just burn all the negatives and delete it off of the servers. Maybe they'll do the same for Wonder Man out there. Maybe Wonder Man is a somewhere there in a Target store somewhere. Let's see, which had been shooting in Los Angeles and had stopped production in recent days. That's because the Writers Guild been going around to the different shooting locations and. It started striking outside and basically shut down a number of productions. So, yeah, definitely in Los Angeles, for sure. They'll have to move it to somewhere else, like Atlanta or something. Like Thunderbolts, the plan is to resume production on Wonder Man, quote unquote, once the strike is over. Excuse me. Take a drink here, people. That's the stuff. Let's see. Amy says Wonder Woman, Wonder Man, Wonder Bread. That'd be the next one. Let's see. DC has Wonder Woman. Disney has Wonder Man. Maybe Sony could come out with Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread would just would take it away. Wonder Bread would be it'd be like the Spider-Man. Make $1 billion and everything. Everybody's like, why, Sony? Why come in and destroy everything? With Wonder Bread. Anyways. Oh, let's see. Amy says, writer's strike. Time for more documentaries, I guess. Yeah, as long well, sometimes those documentaries are not as close to the truth as you think out there. But yeah, probably some documentaries. Really, it's going to be a lot more of reality shows and unscripted shows. So variety shows, like the dance shows and America's Got. We've got that coming up. But the America's Got Talent and all that sort of stuff. So probably a lot more of that. And usually a lot right around this time is when the writers are writing the new season for the next, your series, series 19 of NCIS or whatever it is these days. So usually they're writing that now. So probably whatever, your favorite series out there, if it's 15, 20 episodes, it might be cut down to 10 or so. Or some of the ones that are like 8 episodes, they might actually be movie size this time around. So we'll see. We will see out there. Kind of interesting. Oh, she goes on. She says, until the producers stop demanding politically motivated films, there's only so much the writers can do for good or for ill. Yes. I don't know if it's the producers, though, Amy. It's probably more... Bear's been meaning to get into this, and it's a very long, dry, dull kind of topic, and Bear's trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more exciting. Basically, the theory is a lot of the advertising companies are... instead of, let's say you've got a widget or a product or something out there, you take your widget to the advertising company and say, okay, I've got these demographics for the widget. I want you to promote it on, whatever, NBC or something like that at 8 o'clock where all this demographics showing or whatnot. Instead, now it is the advertisers telling the widget makers, okay, we're gonna make a pro-trans widget out there, and you've got to go make it. And so it's kind of been reversed. So I hear what you're saying. Definitely there's some producers out there that are, like a Kathleen Kennedy or something like that. But I would say most of the time the producers just want to make money. That's their big thing. So if it can make them money, they're great. If it can't make them money, no go out there. So the writer's strike really doesn't have to do with politics, really. It's residuals, it's streaming. They're trying to do stuff with streaming when the streaming stuff is going downhill. We talked about the Disney taking off shows. We'll get to the Warner Brothers stuff here in just a second. That's a whole cluster F in and of itself there. But their demands are a little bit more on the monetary side than sort of political and all that sort of stuff. All right, let's see. Anyways, while TV has seen more shutdowns since the strike started earlier this month, basically because a lot of them are out of L.A. A lot of the artists are in L.A., so the writers are in L.A., so the writers can actually go out and shut down productions. They go out and strike in front of them and shut down productions and stuff like that. So there you go. I wish we could do that. I wish we could go to a shooting of whatever. And hey, I don't like this. I don't like this show. I'm gonna strike outside, demand it being shut down. That'd be kind of interesting. Let's see. The film side has seen less production halts and postponements, but the longer it goes on, we shall see if more studios chose to hold off on shooting and push productions until the strike has been settled. Bear just had a thought. Like, what if you took... okay, if you're here in the United States and you have, there's certain states that you don't have to have unions. So, Georgia would be a good example. You don't have to have it's nice to have them. You're probably encouraged to have the unions there shooting, but you don't have to have it. Louisiana is another good example. California, of course, they want you to have the unions there. So I'm wondering, what would happen if they just started shooting in Mexico or something like that. They just come up with a whole bunch of the Steven Spielbergo or something like that out there. So that would be... Beer just had that thought. That would be... that would be kind of funny. Let's see. Lionsgate pick Good Fortune decided to stop filming indefinitely because of the strike. So we'll see. We'll see how long that goes on. Basically, it's the corporations that gotta come around and figure out if they want to help out the writers or not. I don't know if their demands are super, super high. That's just, they want more of a bigger piece of the streaming pie. And streaming has been a loss for pretty much everybody except for maybe Netflix. And even still, Netflix is kind of, we'll see. Oh, let's see. Amy says America's Got Talent. Unless you consider writing a talent, we're not allowed writers right now. There we go. There is. There you are. By the way, Oops. Where am I? Gosh darn it, bear. There we go. The sun. The sun is setting out there. Look at there. It is gone, people. It's gone. I really hope it comes back. Bear hopes it comes back. All right, anyways, let me get back here. Get back to you people. And, of course, the news. Let's see. Amy says, really? So maybe the producers are behind it. That's hopeful. Maybe. I mean, again, it's kind of interesting that it was a rumor. It was a rumor out there that, maybe the studios wanted the strike. Maybe they wanted the strike. Oh, hold on, people. 1 second. Oh, goodness. I need to mute here. 1 second. 1 second. Hopefully that went away. Let's see. Let me get it. Let's see. Test, test, test. All right. Can we hear? There we go. A little bit higher. There we go. La 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 la. There we go. No, it was some very loud and rap music and words that you probably shouldn't be streaming live with. So there we go. A bunch of Bud Light drinking Target shoppers is what I say. Anywho. Anywho. Let's see. Where was Bear? Let's see. They wanted money for failed ventures. That's true. That'd be the streaming side of things for sure. For sure. By the way, speaking of which, that is a great transition. Another our good folks here at Bounding Into Comics. That would be The Flash, starring noted groomer enthusiast and also semi-automatic gun collector out there, Ezra Miller, predicted to have an anemic $70 million domestic opening weekend. That you might say, wow, $70 million. That's a hell of an opening start. That's actually really good. On the books, I think it's a $250 million film. Off the books, it's probably close to $350 or $400 million. So $70 million, not so good. Not so good. The great John F. Trent out here. Let's see, a new report. I believe it was from the THR, the Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter, there we go. Let's see, claimed that the Flash film starring Ezra Miller is only expected to bring in $70 million in its domestic opening weekend. Yeah, again, domestic, not total. Oh, shifty eyes there, Ezra Miller. THR reports that the film is pacing to open in the $70 million range, according to sources who have access to the tracking data. Furthermore, their report claims that insiders say that a soft number for a movie that's been heavily promoted by Warner Brothers Discovery as the best superhero film of all time. That is a bold claim to make. Bold claim to make. I would say probably the original Spider-Man 2. Probably Spider-Man 2 was the best superhero film of all time. I'll throw in Blade 2 as well. Guillermo del Toro did some good work there. Towards the end, maybe not, but probably that one. Probably, let's see. You probably make a case for The Dark Knight. I'd probably go with a couple more than that. But hey, let's go with best superhero film of all time. Who's playing Superman? Some girl. Some girl. I don't know. Mute the rascally Target shoppers. Yeah, they were blasting. What was the I can't even bounce around the lyrics. You know, talking about a lady's private parts out there. Can't really go there with that. It's about the closest beer can come here. Timmy is throwing a noisy party. No, he's not. No, he's not. It's just people along the river out here. Amy hears that the best thing about the Flash is Batman and Superman. There we go. There's Batman right there. He's Batman. I'm 70-year-old Batman and I'm still lacing up the boots. Gotta go break a hip trying to fight the Joker. Anyways, the new report flies in the face of long-range tracking predictions from Box Office Pro that the film would gross between $150 and $140 million in its opening weekend. The outlet explains their predictions at the time, claiming the movie was benefiting from a wave of mostly positive, I love how they put mostly positive, reviews out of the early industry screenings, so we don't know. As well as social media support from the likes of DC's new... Well, what else is he going to say? Yeah, the movie's terrible, I hate it. Oh, of course he's going to say it's good. They also pointed to the nostalgia factor with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck returning as Batman. Further underpinning positivity in the box office prospects is the return of Michael Keaton into his iconic role as Bruce Wayne, the Batman, as well as an advertised cameo by Ben Affleck in his version of the same role, and apparently Nick Cage as Superman. So how about that? We finally get Nick Cage. However, the outlet also detailed that the film starring Ezra Miller and James Gunn's pending reboot of the DC universe were turning potential moviegoers off. Yeah, again, how you would go say, hey, go watch my Flash movie, and oh yeah, in 3 to 4 years, we're going to totally reboot the Flash. So, same thing with Aquaman. Like, how do you reset the DC universe and then come back with an Aquaman? I mean, you'd figure, okay, let's do Aquaman and then the Flash because you got to reset everything. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know how it works. The one with the weird looking costume. I'm assuming the I don't know. I guess that one. There we go. Shifty eyes and weird looking costume. I tell you. Box Office Pro explained that The Flash had the added weight of 2 key elements. Ezra Miller's well-publicized legal entanglements. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put, dragging a underage girl across the country to your illegal pot farm in upstate Vermont where you have multiple automatic weapons, but the only thing that they catch you on is you're going over to a neighbor's house and stealing his liquor. So you got caught for breaking and entering, but they reduced the charge down. So now you're in rehab and you're making everything all right. That's a good way to put legal entanglements. And the general ambiguity of DC films is this film features characters from the Zack Snyderverse at a time when fandom is well aware of major reboots ahead under James Gunn's burgeoning leadership. Well, I don't know about that, but there we go. That's kind of one way where Bear is actually hoping that The Flash does really well. So then they have like, okay, we got to reset everything, but we can't reset everything. So then they would really be in limbo. I would love to see The Flash do, not that Bear wants The Flash to do really well, but it would be kind of interesting. They'd be kind of stuck in limbo there. They could just say, well, The Flash was terrible, so we got to get rid of it. But if it does really well, they got to say, oh, well, I guess we got to keep this guy around then. Excuse me. Them around. They them around. Recently, DC EU films, which The Flash is technically still part of, have failed at the box office. Most recently, Shazam had $30.1 million opening weekend, grossing $57.6 million domestically, and a global haul of 132. Wow, the global actually pulled that over the finish line there. Holy cow. Had a budget of $125 million plus add, let's just say, $50 million to the P&A. So Yeah, they lost money. They lost a lot of money. Before Shazam, Black Adam had an opening weekend of $67 million and went on to gross a total of $168 million domestically, only grossing 391.2. We'll just call it 390. Globally, it had an estimated production budget of $200 million. Add in another 50, 75 million on top of that. So they, according to The Rock, they kind of eked out a small profit there. But The Rock ain't coming back. He's going over to Disney. Gonna go do the, was it Momo? Whatever the thing is there, the live action version. The James Gunn directed Suicide. People don't realize this. James Gunn directed the Suicide Squad for Warner Brothers, and it tanked. It did badly. And then they says, "Hey, you know who we want to run this entire operation? The guy that fared poorly at the box office. Let's get that guy." The film had an opening weekend of $26.2 million and grossed just 55.8. Just to put that in context, The Rock did better in his opening weekend than Suicide Squad did in the entire run. Let's see, in its entire domestic run, I should say, grossing $167 million globally, with an estimated budget of $185 million. So they lost quite a bit, $20 million there. Wonder Woman 1984 grossed just 16.7 in its opening weekend to gross 46.8 million in its entire domestic run. Globally, man, they really pulled that across the finish line. 166 million on a $200 million budget, so that lost money. Birds of Prey. Is that the Margot Robbie one? Is that the sequel to the Suicide Squad before the actual Suicide Squad? Whatever. Had a weekend of $33 million, grossing a total of $84 million. Although it was during the pandemic, so we can't, that's not quite an apples to apples there. But there you go. Oh, poor Gal Gadot. Why are we getting rid of Gal Gadot? The last time the DC EU film had a domestic gross over $200 million was Aquaman. Grossed $67 million in its opening weekend. Went on to gross over $335 million domestically. Globally, though, $1.1 billion. With China making up a significant portion of the international box office to the tune of $291.8 million. By the way, let me go to this because talking about China out there, they have the new mermaid movie. They got the new mermaid movie coming out with Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry. That's completely a totally different person. Halle Bailey, I think is her name. Anyways, of African American descent. Not that it's a big deal or anything like that, but they have the new Little Mermaid out there. So they have the advertising posters. They got the advertising poster there off to the right there for the American audience there. Where there's what's her name? Ariel. There's Ariel there just hanging out. I don't know why she has red hair, but okay, we'll go with it. Hanging out, all the characters in the background. Clearly you can see Ariel there. Of course, they're off to the left. Off to the left, you have the Chinese market there. Kind of hard to tell her ethnicity there in the old Chinese market. I wonder why. I wonder why that. Anyways, that was kind of interesting. Interesting for Bear there. The Little Mermaid, says Amy, is the most popular Disney princess in China. I bet the remakes does really well there. Well, I bet you they're going to get a lot of ticket sales. I don't know how many people. The Chinese market is how shall I put this? Not kind to those that aren't Chinese out there. So we'll see. We will see. There's a number of movies. I don't know if many people remember the Star Wars posters where they got rid of John Boyega in the Chinese market there. So We shall see. We shall see. So anyway, maybe that's why they. I was gonna say blacked out Ariel there, but there you go. Whitewashed Ariel. They whitewashed Ariel out there. We'll see. We will see how well the Chinese market does there. All right, going back to DC. Oh, great to see Melissa. I'm sorry, I didn't see Melissa here. Great to have Melissa. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. As far as the DCU film grossing more than $100 million in an opening weekend, one has to go all the way back to the lovely, to the beautiful out there. Wonder Woman, starring the lovely Gal Gadot, who they unceremoniously got rid of. For crying out loud. That movie grossed $103 million in its opening weekend, went on to earn $412 million in the domestic, and a gross international, a gross global of $817 million. So, yeah, let's go back to the last person that did $100 million and get rid of her for whatever reason. To put this in perspective, they say The Eternals was the most recent Marvel Universe film to have an opening weekend below $100 million. The movie's opening weekend clocked at $71 million, finishing its domestic run at $164 million, and entire global run at a little over $400 million on a $200 million budget. So it made its money. Ant-Man and the Wasp, $106 million. Finally coming out with $214 million. With, $463 million worldwide on the $200 million. And people said, there was a flop. It did all right. I bet you the $200 million budget was a little bit higher. They had to go back and reshoot some stuff. Probably 250, Bear would probably say, for an Ant-Man movie, for crying out loud. I don't know. So there you go. There is the new Superman, Supergirl. What's her name? Sasha Callie? I don't know. I've never seen her in anything before, so there you go. Let's see if this new report is accurate. The Flash has its work cut out for it, and will have to have really long legs at the box office. But it's gonna have stiff competition. Spider-Man probably gonna do a bofo business out there. 2 weeks ahead of The Flash on June 2nd, a week before the film comes out. They're still putting out Transformer movies? Okay, we'll go with it. What are we up to now? Like Transformers 8? I don't know. Bear lost track. The film will get a reprieve the week after it releases. There's not a big blockbuster contender. However, June 30th, the Indiana Jones movie will come out, and I'm sure it'll do fine after that. On July 12th, the film will come up against Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible. Bear's looking forward to that one. Here we go. Here we are. He's like, hold on, people. Just wait. It's coming out. It's coming out on July 12th, people. Just hold on. Hold on. I wonder if, what's her face? Haley Atwell. I wonder if she had to, like, kind of scrunch down just a little bit. You know, Tom Cruise is like 4'5" or something like that. I don't know. Not only does the film face stiff competition, but the film reportedly has an enormous production budget. While they say it's a $200 million, old Gary over there at Nerdrotic says it needs to make $1 billion. I don't know if it needs to make that much, but yeah, it's probably double the $200 million for sure. So probably $400 million for a freaking Flash film. They had to go back and reshoot some stuff, so we'll see. We'll see. $200 million. Let's see. He blah 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 blah. Whatever. Anyways, they're talking about only $70 million. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see, people. Once again, Bear isn't promoting the film, but he just wants to see the Flash do really well, just to kind of screw up the whole James Gunn continuity BS that he's trying to do. It'd be really interesting if the new Flash came out and it's part of the, what do they call that? The Elseworlds? The Elseworlds thing. So, like all their big movies, like The Batman. What was the other one that was a real big movie? I forget. Anyways, that was supposed to be an Elseworlds movie. It'd be kind of interesting if The Flash 2 will be a Elseworlds and James Gunn movies all tank. And vestigial edges of like the Snyderverse actually do pretty well. That would be kind of interesting. Kind of interesting out there. What do you make of this new box office prediction? I just told you. Just told you, people. Anyways, there we go. Bounding into comics. John F. Trent, people. John F. Trent. Amy says, I think I might watch Mario again rather than The Flash. Actually, Bear was just... I didn't save it or anything like that, but yeah, I saw where... Man, it was... What, like 3 or 4 weeks ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, the Mario movie was just doing great numbers. I think it was like up to, it was like 600 million or 800 million or something like that. They were doing really well, I mean, starting to slow down a little bit because it's like in week 8 or something like that. But yeah, go check out Mario again. I tell you, they're gonna do some boffo business there. If they ever come out with a Zelda movie, watch out. Watch out. All right. Speaking of our good friends over here at the Warner Brothers Discovery, they just launched what's called Max. I mean, a lot of people knew HBO Max, but they decided to get rid of the whole HBO thing and just say, it's Max. Like, oh, Max. Not Plus. No, not Plus. Max. They came out with Max. It's like, oh, Max. Okay. Max credits Snafu could take weeks, people, to fix. Executives didn't know about new creators label until after launch. This is from Deadline and Dominique Patterson. Let's see. Exclusive. I'll grab a drink here. Here we go. Yeah, I tell you what. Let me go back here. After the sun goes down. After the sun goes down, all the people just leave. I mean, like, oh my God, the gators are coming out. Look out, people. Look out. Anywho, yeah, it just got quiet all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, okay, it's the snakes and the gators out there now. There we are. We know what's going on. All right, let me go back here. Warner Brothers Discovery promised to give writers and directors proper credits on its Max streaming service, but don't expect the fix to happen anytime soon. Quote, this could take weeks with all the data that needs to be transferred, checked, and finalized, said one studio insider of the May 23rd streamer launch Snafu, that attracted outrage and ire from striking scribes as negotiating filmmakers this week. It's not as simple as pressing a button. So what they're talking about is the credits at the very end of, whatever TV series that you're watching or something like that. A lot of times it's a little bit different than if it's on TV rather than if it's like on let's just say a DVD or something like that. A lot of times on TV, they really crunch down those credits. Either they make them go really fast or they'll put them like at the very bottom, like not even third, like the bottom quarter of the screen there, and just kind of wrap through them while they're, either showing a advertisement or maybe the next episode's coming up or something like that. So on the DVDs, it's a little bit more traditional, like you would think of a movie credit where they just kind of roll along there. TV's a little bit different where they can kind of crunch down some of that time. So that's probably what they did here. They probably kind of screwed up. It's like, oh, we got all the scrunched up stuff, and now they got stuff from the DVDs, and oh man, it's a mess. Still, the Deadline says, creatives are unlikely to be placated by the Warner Brothers Discovery delays after the very raw nerve the errors hit. Warner Brothers has lumped writers, directors, and producers into an inventive, diminishing category they call creators. The WGA West Chief Meredith Stein said on Wednesday in a joint release with the DGA, Directors Guild. This is a critics violation for starters. But by the way, that is already in with all of the negotiations with the unions and everything. You have to, it's literally you have to have that in there. If you don't, either the actual person or the guild or the union can basically sue the studio and get a whole lot of money out of it. But worse, It's disrespectful and insulting to the artists that make films and TV shows that make their corporations billions. As it stands, Jesse Armstrong is still listed among a quartet of non-alphabetical creators for the about to conclude succession. Regardless of the inclusion of executive producers Will Ferrell and Adam McKay among the creators squad currently on display at Max, Armstrong is the sole creator of the Emmy-winning satire. In fact, despite the frustration, to put it mildly, many writers, directors, producers, and others feel at being lumped together as creators on the Max credits page, the process to, quote, correct the credits will take weeks in best of scenarios. Yeah, again, you have each one of these folks has a different guild, which they all have prerogatives on the credit screen. Okay, you're a lot of times sometimes it's your producers go first, sometimes it's the director goes first. So you get your director goes first, your producers, and then the writers, and then all the behind the scenes people, hair and makeup and yada yada yada. That's actually kind of contractual. They can't just a movie can't just come out and they're just going to say, we're going to shave off a couple minutes. We're just not going to put the credit scenes in there. They can't do that. It's required to be in there by all the guilds. Otherwise, they'll just say, okay, we're all striking, and good luck getting a film out that way. Or I don't know, maybe call their bluff. We'll see. From Roku to Apple and more, you have to do this by platform, and that takes time, the streamer exec told Deadline. The number of platforms will be a determining factor in how long it overall takes. This is BS. You don't need to... It's the same thing, whatever platform it's on. You don't have to... Unless they're talking about different screen sizes or something, like a phone versus a big screen or something like that. But no, this is some BS. They screwed up. They screwed up royally. They tried to rush out the Max service to get a whole bunch of eyeballs on that, and they screwed up. They screwed up royally here. So literally and figuratively. He added, noting the credits that existed on HBO Max could not simply be skinned over to Max. That's why Bear says, okay, maybe there's something with the like the difference between the DVDs and the TV. Maybe there's something screwed up there, but really all it is, it's just really just text-based stuff. You could probably put an OCR reader in there and be able to get it pretty quickly within a couple days or something like that. So something's screwy. Something's going on here. They might be kind of screwing around with the writers there. I don't know. Oh, when contacted today about how long it would take to fix the multitude, I love this, the multitude of Max credits on shows like the Robin Thede created a Black Ladies sketch show. Oh, yeah, classic show. In classics like David Crace created The Sopranos, a Warner Brothers Discovery spokesperson referred Deadline to their statement on May 23rd. That oblique statement says, we agree that the talent behind the content on Max deserves their work to be properly recognized. It's part of your contract that you have with these people. We will correct the credits, which were altered due to an oversight. I love this. In the technical transition from HBO Max to Max. All they had to do was just take off HBO. That's all that they had to do. There was no thing that they had to fix or anything like that. So I don't know. Oh, good to see Apex Comics here. Great to see Apex Comics. Thought I'd come in and say hello and smash the like. By the way, did Bear C? I hope he's still here. Did Bear C? Let me get it back up here. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Bear did just the last show. Did the cash grab review and was just kind of looking through it the other day and happened to see all of the fan art, that he had. So I think if Bear remembers correctly, he thought he saw Apex Comics in there. So congratulations, sir. Congratulations. A lot of great artwork there in. Where did I put that? Where did I put that? I don't know where Bear put it, but there we go. Very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. So congratulations, Apex. Congratulations, sir. And happy Memorial Day, if you celebrate that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Anyways, go check that out. Last show, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. To be clear, though, in one but of literally thousands of examples of errors on the streamer, no matter what it says on Max right now, Mad Men creator Matthew Weiner did not co-create The Sopranos, but he was a writer on the acclaimed series and rose rather to be an executive producer. So there we go. There they are. They just completely screwed up on all of that stuff. HBO Max, they're going to come in, they're going to be like, all right, we're the Max. And then they forget to like credit all the people that help them make the Max at the same time that they're trying to, negotiate a writer's strike. So that didn't work out in their favor. Of course, they're blaming human error. Human error, not bear error. Not at all, sir. Not at all. Had to wet the whistle. All right, people. I think we all know. I think it all goes back. We can all figure out what was the cause of America's decline, of just the just destruction of all our great institutions and everything. You know it. I know it. Whoopi Goldberg knows it as well, people. From comicbook.com. Whoopi Goldberg says that American Idol, people, led to the downfall of society. Well, American Idol came along with the writer's strike the last time they had it, so God help us for the new American Idol. The new documentary, Anna Nicole Smith. What? Huh? What the hell? I don't know what that has to do with any of this. Looks at celebrity culture and the way it can put, pressures on the celebrities themselves. And, of course, in the time since Smith's passing in 2007, it's only become more common for everyday people to subject themselves to scrutiny, whether it's on social media or unscripted TV. By the way, people, speaking of which, wherever we are, go hit that thumbs up, people. Hit that thumbs up for Bear. If we're going to be there, let's do it. Let's see, speaking about the documentary today on an episode of The View, host Whoopi Karen Goldberg, by the way, singled out American Idol as the flashpoint that changed the way people talk to one another and contributed to the downfall of society. I knew it, people. Knew it all along. The host maintains that she's talking about the original run, which happened on Fox from 2002 to 2016. ABC, the network that airs The View, is currently the home of the recently rebooted American Idol, which Goldberg says is a very different show. No. This show is great. The one on ABC, the one that's paying me all my money, that one's great, people. The other one's terrible, awful, downfall of society. Yada yada yada. I think that we, as a society, wait, hold on, why are you lumping in everybody? I mean, society's a big place. You don't have everybody on the same page. Whoopi, just take it to yourself. Take it to yourself. I love to watch stuff and to judge folks. I hate the term folks. I've always thought that the beginning of the downfall of society was American Idol. Goldberg says, once we gave people the ability to judge other, I think we ran amok with it, and it's gone out of control. Yeah, how dare people judge other people, like, in jury rooms and whatnot. How dare you? We can only have celebrities judge people, not the riffraff out there. Yeah, literally. They invited the public to decide who that person was. And I feel once we did that, it began us in a cycle which we have not escaped. Well, you did, because American Idol went over to ABC, and they're great. They're not the downfall of society. saying that people enjoy having the ability to judge one another. Goldberg also used the example of things like the Real Housewives franchise, suggesting that shows like that let the audience feel superior to the people that they're watching. I'm sure Mrs. Goldberg has never judged Donald Trump. Not at all. Not at all. She says, you have basketball wives? We do. You have the housewives of whatever, all these Bravo shows. They give you the impression that you're doing something wrong because you're living your life. Huh? People watch these shows because they make them feel better. Yeah, because they're wives of, like, rich people or basketball players. They just, like, stand around and talk and, maybe come up with, like, a clothing line or something, but that's about it. Created in 1997 by veteran journalist Barbara Walters. The View. Bear has a good Barbara Walters story. He'll have to share one of these days. The View is a daytime talk show hosted by women, including are we for sure? Are we for sure? Including Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, Alyssa Farah Giffen, and Anna I have no idea who any of these people are, except for Whoopi Goldberg. But Whoopi hasn't been relevant for like 30 years, 40 years probably. Joy Behar, Bear only knows because like people just like complain about that lady all the time. And each offers her take on the day's news during the opening Hot Topic segment. Later, the ladies welcome various celebrities who join them in a chat or perform by the audience who is silently judging them. The program also offers beauty tips, fashion, diet, and much like Bear Show. Much like Bear Show right here. Beauty, fashion, diet, relationships. If you want to know it, right here with Bear. Right here with Beer. Yes, indeed. All right. What does this have to do? I don't know. There's blah, 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 whatever. Yada, yada, yada out there. Amy says, we need to hear that story one day, Bear. One of these days. Not today. It is getting late. Getting late. Amy says, wow, could you be more elitist? Yeah, Bear agrees with Amy as well. Talent shows have kind of always existed. You can't blame American Idol for that. Can we blame Simon Cowell? Can we blame him? Bear blames Paula Abdul. That's for sure. Gosh darn Paula Abdul. And what was the other guy? Like Reggie? The black guy. I forget his name. Whatever. He's a big producer. Yada, yada, yada. Well, Bear also knows his audience here. Bear knows. Grant, I hope you're still there. Otherwise, Bear's talking into the ether here. From the New York Post. I'm a urologist. Not Bear, but the person in the article here. I'm a urologist, and men have been peeing the wrong way. Thank you, Grant. You've been peeing the wrong way, sir. Possibly, sir. Fellas, you may want to sit down for this news. By the way, Andrew Court. Sounds like a man's name. A top urologist says men shouldn't urinate standing up, proclaiming it's healthier and more hygienic to sit down to take a leak. Gerald Collins, a consultant urologist surgeon at Alexandria Hospital in Cheshire, England, made the claim in an interview with the Telegraph on Friday. The data analytics firm surveyed more than 7,000 men from 13 countries across the globe, finding a majority usually stay standing while emptying their bladders. It's true. The survey did uncover some surprising cultural differences, with 40% of German men saying they sit down to pee every time, in comparison with just 10% of American men. Well, that's what happens when you lose 2 world wars. And according to Collins, it's the Germans who have the right idea. No, listen, the last time the Germans had the right idea, bad things happen. Sitting is probably the most efficient way of doing it, the doctor declared, explaining that the muscles in the pelvis and the spine are completely relaxed in that position, making it easier to complete the peeing process. There's a process? Bear doesn't know. He just goes in the woods, for crying out loud. The urologist added that it's especially easier for older men to sit down to urinate, given that a benign prostate hyperplasia becomes increasingly common in advanced age. The condition, which affects 80% of men 80 and older, that's a great round number there, occurs when the prostate gland and surrounding tissue expands, obstructing the urethra. Poor guy sitting down to take a leak. Where is his pants? Is he just going nude into the bathroom? With the door open? How dare you, sir? How dare you pee sitting down and also leaving the door open and not wearing any pants? That's terrible. But the YouGov survey found that older men are generally more opposed to sitting down than their younger counterparts, possibly due to the notion that it's more masculine to pee standing up. Dang straight. For instance, 35% of men over the age of 55 say that they would never sit down to urinate, in comparison with just 21% of those aged 18 to 24. In Germany, sitting down while taking a tinkle has traditionally been derided amongst men, and there's even a derogatory term for the practice. Spitzpinkler is a slur for someone who sits down to pee, implying they are wimpy or effeminate. Bear has learned 2 words today, and one of them is Spitzpinkler. Bunch of Spitzpinkler, they're drinking Bud Light and shopping at Target. There we go. So there we go. Germany, Sweden. Look at there, Sweden. Denmark, Canada, of course. Where is P money? Where is P money? Crying out loud. Australia, crikey. Well, that's probably because it goes backwards. So there you go. There you go. Spain, hey, holding it up. Italy, there you go. France, that's to be expected. The USA, 10%. Singapore at 5%. I guess in Singapore they cut it off if they find you doing that. Britain, really, only 9%. Huh. Poland, I tell you. And Mexico. You either Mexico or you Mexicant. And they can't sit down while they're peeing. However, in recent decades, the culture has changed significantly, and there are now signs in many public bathrooms across Germany warning men not to stand while urinating. What? There are? Holy cow. This is for usually issues related to cleanliness, as urine is less likely to end up sprayed across the floor if a person is seated. Okay, we don't need to go on from there. I think we can get the idea, but there you go, Germany. I tell you what, well, that's what happens when you lose a couple world wars. You sit down while you're peeing. Sit down while you're peeing. Gosh darn it, I tell you. Soon they're probably just going to glue, the extra lid. They're just going to glue that one, to the toilet seat. All the women would be happy, but all the guys, it's like, okay, now I got to go for the smaller hole there, and that's going to be kind of hard. Especially after you've had a couple beers. That's going to be all over the place. They mix a go standing up, says Grant. That's true. That's true. Bears have fur pants. Fur pants. Randy Jackson. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, let's see. In some countries, you sit down when you pee to keep from making a mess when visiting. Really? Okay, we'll go with that. Bear has no conception of the matter there. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Here is our story there from the New York Post and Andrew Court out there. Andrew Court. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go back here. Let's get back here. Get out of that. There we go. Pitch black out there, people. Pitch black. Holy cow! Everything's getting all blown out. There we go. Even Siege's thing is getting all blown out there. There we are. There we go. At least Bear is celebrating Old Memorial Day. Old Memorial Day. Anyways, I probably should have put that in the description there. But once again, please go check out. You got some time this weekend. Bear actually wrote a script. Many moons ago. Japanese Americans, World War II, World War battles and all this stuff. Really good stuff if you want to go check it out. There's even a dog in there. There's a dog named Sushi. Might make you cry, though. Might make you cry. Anyways, go check that out if you want to check that out. Some good stuff there. You want to check out some stuff for Memorial Day weekend, other than just, drinking and, finding your face planted down, face first in the neighbor's yard somewhere. And go check out Bear stuff. Maybe give him a thumbs up there. And also, go check out the box opens, both the cash grab and the siege stuff as well. Some good stuff there. Good stuff. Wow, it's getting really dark out there in the woods. It is pitch black. I really hope that sun comes back tomorrow. Boy, oh boy. You better be right, Amy. You better be right. All right, let me get out of this. Bear will get back to the thing here. Let me get back to the thumbnail. Anyways, that's where, if you've ever seen Bear doing a bunch of these Hawaii stuff or the black and white stuff for the thumbnails, that's where Bear got it from. So he's doing the sort of read along with the script. We did it in, what was that, like 5 or 10 different parts or something like that. So it kind of goes through it. So all of the extra photos and all that sort of stuff, that's kind of making its way over the past year or 2 or 3 into the into some of the thumbnails there. So there we go. Hawaii, the 49th state. 49th state. I like how they're all, like all the stars are in alignment. Once they got that Alaska 50th state, it all just kind of got all screwed up there. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, let me go and... Oh, Amy says, wait, Bear wrote a script. Yes, Bear did. A couple of them, in fact. A couple of them. Nobody liked it, though, for crying out loud. That's why Bear just needs to, like, cross the picket line and just, become a scab and just start writing for, I don't know, Blade. He can make a better Blade than, the guy out there. So, there you go. There you go. Let's see. Where is it? The audio kind of blanked out for a moment. Uh-oh. Did it? Hold on. Let me check it here. Test. Oh, it works. It works. I think Beer might have hit the cable or something like that. It looks like it's... Let me go back. Do the thing with the thing. It looks like it is... Stream health here. The stream is healthy. The stream is healthy. Thank God. Thank goodness. All right. Anyways, let's see. Coolness, says Melissa. Well, thank you. Bet your bottom dollar tomorrow there'll be the sun. There we go. Okay, Amy says it's all good now. All good now. Right in time for Bear to say thanks to everybody out here, including the Lesters out there. Always appreciate you girls coming out here. You ladies, I'm sorry, coming out here and keeping Bear company. Along with Grant and Apex. I haven't seen Apex in quite a while. So if you do, I'm pretty sure if you do happen to have the cash grab book and happen to have the fan art book along with it there, I'm pretty sure that Apex was in there. So congratulations, sir. Congratulations. And of course, all of our lurkers and Russian bots out there. We appreciate each and every one of you. But you know what? People, all this talk about food. I don't know. We've been talking about food. I don't care. All this talk is making Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr.